Why is it that RCB versus CSK is more often than not a nail biter? Hi everyone, I'm the Cricket Freak. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about RCB versus CSK at Chinnaswamy. This game, I don't know, a lot of people that I know and people I speak with, they were all very confident that it's going to be a very easy win for RCB because of the form that CSK is coming from, and it's very understandable that CSK was definitely on the back seat before the game. But somehow I had a feeling that when a team is disqualified, they have nothing to lose, and CSK had nothing to lose today, and they had a very different team when compared to the game that they played against RCB in the beginning of the tournament. It might sound weird if I say that I had more confidence in RCB when they were going to play in Chennai than today, because of multiple reasons. Because at that point, if you look at Chennai's team, they did not have Sheikh Rashid, they did not have Ayush Mhatre, they did not have Deval Brevis. Sam Curran was not has not come off a good form, and so somehow I had a feeling that RCB has an advantage in Chennai, because also they had a great team there. Ashwin was playing in place of Anshul Kamboj. So, but today's game, they looked a very different team for me. Although Sheikh Rashid has only played one good game and has not clicked ever after. But I felt that somewhere Ayush Mhatre and Deval Brevis have added a lot of firepower to that Chennai team. And now they have Sam Curran, Ayush Mhatre and Deval Brevis, three really, really good hitters, and Shivam Dubey and Jadeja. If they come off, CSK is going to be a very, very good batting lineup. So that's what I felt when I initially saw the squads this time, and which is why I was a little skeptical about this match being a one-sided affair, and it did not disappoint me. I'm glad the game went to the tee, and the game was one that all cricket fans expect. Uh, when RCB scored 213, we are going to also dive a little deeper into the first innings and how RCB batted. But when they got 213 runs on board, it almost felt like this is going to be a one-sided affair and RCB is going to win. But right at the toss, I think it right at the toss, you knew that Salt was not playing and Hazelwood also was not playing. So these are the two players who give them great starts with the bat and with the ball. And when both of them are not playing, it's not going to be an easy game for RCB. But the people who have replaced them, be it Jacob Bethel or Lungi Ngidi, both of them have done exceedingly well. So I feel RCB have a problem of plenty now. I don't know what they are going to do when Salt and Hazelwood get fit, because Ngidi got 3 wickets, Bethel got 55 of 33, Romario Shepherd got 53 of 14. Tim David, they can't drop Tim David. And I don't know what they are going to do when Salt and Hazelwood are fit again. They might have to make a harsh call or two. But anyway, getting into the game a little deep. The way Jacob Bethel and Kohli gave the start to RCB, I think this is exactly what they would have wanted. The pitch was not as slow or as bouncy as it was in one of the in some of the earlier games that they played against Gujarat or against Delhi, where there was a lot of spin. So this had, like, the ball was kind of coming onto the bat pretty well. So Kohli also played a very, very different innings when compared to how he was playing the other day. He batted at 188 and he's on the orange cap again. So and Jacob Bethel, the way he got 55 of 33, he looked really, really good. Although that dropped catch of him would have costed Chennai a little more, but I think it was just meant to be. We are gonna be talking about the fielding of both the teams a lot in the next few minutes. But Jacob Bethel and Kohli, they gave a great start. But what happened here is that the middle order of RCB, which is supposed to be a firepower, they have not fired a lot. today, and they actually slowed down the run rate so much. So that's where RCB came to the backseat, and it felt like probably the pitch was stopping a bit, or it was getting difficult to bat on. But when Shepherd came, and the way he hit those few runs, those quick 50 runs, actually they're not a few runs, actually those quick 50 runs that he hit, clearly it was not the pitch that was worth 53 of 14. Romario Shepherd's sheer power was the reason why they got to 213. This could have been a 180 game if not for those Shepherd's fireworks at the end. And if it was a 180 game, I don't know how the game would have panned out. It's very easy to say that Chennai would have won very easily, but if they're playing a 180 chase, they would have batted differently also. But when they came out to bat with 214 to chase, Ayush Mhatre gave them exactly the start that any team needs when you're chasing 214. You need more than 10 runs per over, almost close to 11 per over. And Ayush Mhatre played amazingly well. He almost striked at 200 today and scored 94. It's not like a quick 30 or a 40 that he scored. He actually scored 94, and he played until 17th over, which is like a very, very big deal. And Ayush Mhatre, there's a lot of talent in him. There's a lot of scope for him to get to India, and all of that will hopefully happen in due course of time. But he's just 17 or 18 years old, so long way to go for Ayush Mhatre. And the way he played all the batters, especially that over of Bhuvneshwar Kumar where he hit almost 30 runs, it was just so good in the power play. And they were all just not blindly slogged. There were 5 fours and 1 6 in that over. So I think he just batted way too well today. But Lungi Ngidi, he did really well today. In his 4 overs, he gave only 30 runs and got 3 wickets. And he was the best bowler for RCB today in terms of wickets. And I think that was the over of him. The 17th over of Lungi Ngidi was the one that kept them in the game, because he got both Ayush Mhatre and Devol Brevis. That Devol Brevis wicket was a slight brain fade for me. I don't know why the umpire raised his fingers so soon. And I also felt Jadeja did not have to discuss so much with Brevis. He had to just go ask him to take a review, because to the naked eye it looked like it was missing leg. But anyway, these things happen under pressure, and I understand why Jadeja was probably discussing, because they still had Dhoni and Dubey. But again, coming to the decision of Dhoni coming out to bat in place of Dubey, I'm entirely not sure about that. I'm not taking away anything from Dhoni, but 8 balls, 12 runs at that phase probably was a little counterproductive to the team. And instead of that, if Shivam Dubey had come and was asked to just blindly slog, probably the situation would have been different. Because when MS Dhoni came in, they got in Suyash. Imagine if Shivam Dubey had to play Suyash, it would have been a very different scenario, because he's very good against spin. And you know that there was that 1 over a spin that they had to bowl in the last 3, because Bhuvi and Yash Dayal, if they bowl 19 or 20 or 18 and 19, there's 1 over of Krunal or Suyash left, and Krunal was out of the ground, so Suyash had that 1 over left. And when you know that, you would want your best batter, that is Shivam Dubey, best batter of spin, I mean Shivam Dubey, to be out there. And that 1 over of Suyash also was, I felt, was the kind of the difference, because Suyash bowled that over really, really well and did not give away so many runs. And Yash Dayal bowling that last over, I just felt he was just so good, and it just felt like we were just watching the replay of last year's IPL. Even Bhuvneshwar Kumar's overs, when you look at the scorecard, it shows 4 overs 55 for 0, but he was much better than that in the last 2. He bowled some really good overs, although he gave 1 boundary each in the in his last couple of overs. But I felt he did his job really well in the last couple of overs. But he has to make sure that he's not leaking too many runs in that 1 over. It has not just happened for the first time now. But again, kudos to Rajat Patidar's captaincy. He has shown faith in his bowlers again. Bravely gave Suyash Sharma the ball in the 18th over, and he did the job for Rajat. So when you trust your players, they are going to show you, give you the results. And Suyash also 4 overs 43 for 0. The scorecard doesn't tell you the full story. It was a very good performance from RCB. But I read on Twitter I read a tweet from one of my favorite people on Twitter that there are more negatives than positives for RCB in this game, and I completely agree with that, because I spoke about all the positives. Now Kohli's batting was a positive, Bethel's opening was a positive, Shepherd was a positive. These small cameo overs from Krunal was a positive. Yash Dayal's death was okay. Lungi Ingidi's spell was good. Suyash's last over was good, and all of that was okay. But their sixth bowling option, Romario Shepherd, is not good enough to be that sixth bowling option for them. That's negative number 1 in my view. Bhuvneshwar Kumar giving away too many runs in at least 1 or 2 overs of his spell is negative number 2 in my view. Their fielding today was horrible, to say the least. I did not understand how so many catches were dropped. These are the same players who got some incredible catches against Mumbai. Tim David, you don't expect him to miss anything, but he missed a catch today. Virat Kohli, that was a dolly, and I understand those things happen, but fielding effort was horrible, to say the least, today. So that's another negative. And middle order batting, I feel, is now growingly a concern because of Patidar's form. Patidar has not played a great knock in the last few times. I understand that he hasn't also gotten a lot of opportunities, but still, Jitesh Sharma has not fired a lot, and Padikkal today he did not play well, although he's coming off good form. So middle order's form also was a negative from today's game. I'm not being too harsh on them or saying that this is a concern for the rest of the tournament, but if you're talking only about today, probably these are the few things that I felt RCB could have improved, or they could have done better. So yeah, they are on 16 points now, and qualification is almost a certainty. Just the queue has not come on yet. But if they have to win 1 out of the next 3 games to hopefully be in the top 2. But I really liked what Rajat Patidar said at the end of the match. He said, it's a positive to be on the top. We are not aiming for the qualification. 3 matches are more crucial, and we will try our best in all the 3 matches. So I just felt that that was a really good statement, and I feel they should also be looking at winning all the games possible, because the top 2 is going to be a very difficult thing. Tomorrow's game, Gujarat versus Mumbai, is a very probably a decider of sorts, because if Mumbai loses tomorrow, I feel their top 2 spot is probably going to be a little difficult. And if Gujarat wins, their top 2 position is also going to be a certainty. But if Mumbai wins tomorrow, then the points table is going to get very interesting, because Mumbai will also be at 16, but in 12 matches. So they've lost 4. And Gujarat also will have lost 4, will lose 4 matches if they lose tomorrow. So then the points table is probably going to get a little more interesting. But anyway, let's not jump the gun a little too early. For today, I think RCB will be really happy that they ended on the good side. Although their net run rate wouldn't have helped today, because they just won by a couple of runs. But that's okay, as long as they have 16 points. I don't think they have to worry too much about the net run rates. But Mumbai versus Gujarat, that's going to happen on Tuesday. That's the game that I'm looking forward to. And Punjab versus Lucknow, that's going to happen tomorrow. That's on Sunday, or today rather. I'm also excited for that, because if Lucknow wins, the points table is going to get really, really interesting. If Punjab wins, it's a little straightforward. But if Lucknow wins, because Lucknow have slightly gone a little off the radar, so if they win tomorrow, then the points table is going to get even more interesting. And don't forget, KKR has a match against RR, and KKR are still not out of the tournament. They can win on their own. They don't have to depend on somebody else's result to qualify. So KKR's game also is coming up tomorrow. And Rajasthan and Sunrisers and Chennai, these are the teams. They just can spoil the party for others. So an interesting week is coming up, and I think by the next weekend the points table should be fairly more easy to understand and analyze. But yeah, let's look forward to what's in store for us in the next week. But it was a great game today for all the cricket fans. The game that went to the wire. So great job RCB and CSK on providing us such an entertaining game. Yeah, that's about it.